this specific year of co-op work experience is most precious, which is why I recommend a lot of students who are watching this as well to get into a co-op program and get into like work experience before you graduate, so that you have that leverage of coming back from graduation and you can just say that I've already experienced this and I've already set up my foot into the real world.
Welcome to Canada Student Network podcast.
Welcome to the Vancouver's Network podcast, where students connect, share, and grow. Today, I'm with my friend Ritvik. Ritvik, how are you, man?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Are you in Vancouver currently, right now?
Yes, I'm currently living in Kerrisdale, and with my friend. But yeah,
Nice. So you told me before that you were studying, right?
yes. So I'm currently a final year student at UBC, pursuing a Bachelor's of Commerce degree, specializing in
Nice.
operations and logistics. And yeah, enjoying student life.
So this is like your mid-year, or like, are you ending the program, or at what stage are you?
Yeah, I've been hanging around in this university for a couple of years from 2020.
Okay.
It's about to be 5 years now, and I'm graduating this May
Oh,
with,
amazing.
with a business degree and a co-op certification with experience. So yeah, looking forward to it, to the next phase of life.
That's amazing. You told me I can call you RV, right?
Yes, anything that's comfortable to you.
Perfect. RV, can you tell me a little bit about your background? Yeah, like, is the open mic for you?
Sure, thanks. So firstly, I just wanted to thank you that you put coming out of your comfort zone to organize this, and really appreciate that you're getting to know more stories, putting out more stories in student life, and it just brings up so many diverse perspectives. And this is my first time on a podcast too, so this is going to be that's why I was also excited for it. So it's going to be good experience for me as well. But yeah, really looking forward to this conversation. Just to tell more about myself, so I come originally from India, from specifically from north, from a small city called Gurgaon near the national capital, New Delhi,
Okay.
and I've been brought up there for 18 years and completed my high school. And yeah, my family just sent me there just to get out of my comfort zone, because they thought like, because specifically I also find like observe that I wasn't really keen on learning outside the school, or learning about life in general, or doing anything. Um, I've never visited a bank also in India when I was there, because it was so protected environment, and
Yeah.
usually families protect you to the best of the capability, and somehow it really hurts you as well in your growth. So
Yeah.
that's a drawback of it. But now that I've come here, I think it was a game changer totally for me. Altogether, coming into a different country with meeting different people, into a different setting altogether, full cultural shift. So that was kind of a challenge. But yeah, I think over the years I've grown out a lot, and I've met some really amazing people, made some amazing connections, have some amazing experiences. So it has been a total rewarding experience overall.
Wonderful, RV. Now, I have a quick question. Also, why Vancouver? How did it come up, like, in the map of, like, okay, we're in Canada, Vancouver specifically? Do you have like a story about that, or like it was just while doing the university search you like come up with Vancouver? How did that happen?
Right. So the story behind that is obviously like when I was in high school, I had no idea of where am I going to go. But fortunately, like my dad, he was way ahead of us. Like he was 10 steps ahead of our thinking. And when I got into the university, that's when he told me that he showed me the laptop and he had written one university, which is UBC. And I went directly there. And in fact, even I have an elder brother who's in Australia, and who also like his university, which is the Australian National University, was also chosen by my dad. So both of us went to his dream spot, because obviously every dad wants their kid to study from the best institution. And
Yeah.
by God's grace, we were sincere in studies, we were sincere in academics, and we put in our best, and we left the rest, you know, uh, on the family and on however it's gonna go. So we finished off the years, and we went directly to her. And the thing is, obviously, we my dad wanted us to be into that uncomfortable spot so that we can be into, like, that's how people grow, when you push them into an absolute uncomfortable zone. So that was the intention of my father. um, and when I got her, like, seeing just the beauty of Vancouver, I mean, I was like, I'm in total heaven.
Yeah.
And at that time also, like, Canada was very welcoming. And you know there was not many restrictions as there now. So that was
Okay.
also one of the decisions, like, factors. But yeah, I've heard like UBC's institution's name specifically for, like, it has a great value specifically for a business degree, and it's
Yeah.
very reputed for that. Even though, like, it extorts a considerable amount of tuition fee from all students,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
think the overall experience was worth it. And the things that I've the people that I've met is the most precious thing that I've earned in this entire degree.
Wonderful, amazing, RV. Now, you were telling me that you live 18 years in India.
Right. Yeah.
So, how I'm really curious. How's like the cultural shock of like moving and doing this big move from like India and coming to Canada, or like the main cultural shocks that you were like, damn, this is so different. What can you tell us about that?
So, I mean, obviously, in 18 years of my, like, life in India, I was super, super protected in a family environment, and where my entire routine was go to school, come back, play games with our friends, have your dinner with the family, have some chat, and then just go to sleep. So I felt like it was fully, like, a little robotic, and I felt I was, like, very restricted. Not that my parents never allowed me to go anywhere, but it was just that I never felt the need or the urge to get out of that comfort zone because I was so protected. So that mind couldn't, like, really be curious outside because it was so happy, satisfied with what is around. So that shift came, like, when I was, like, just landed here.
Okay.
And majorly, that what I noticed here, people, what I really struggled was to make, like, friends. And in
Okay.
fact, most people in first years struggle with, like, loneliness, and specifically because it's hard to find people with a similar frequency that you're looking for. And there's always, like, conflicting so I always, like, observe this individualistic, like, style of living in Canada and in a lot of, like, Western countries, that people really, instead of coming together or, like, being a having, like, a social groups, or, like, taking care of each other, it was more like I'm more worried about my life, and I'm happy doing that. But which also kind of led and brought up a lot of mental health issues, which is very
Yeah.
subtly, like, which are emerging, and people not realizing that that's the effect of it. So that's the major shift that I saw. And then slowly, when COVID happened, and then a lot of audience came in, a lot of immigrants were accepted into Canada, and it brought
Yeah.
a huge rush of, like, applicants and students all over UBC. And I could see that, like, how much filled it is. No space, like,
Yeah.
to um, as earlier it used to be. And or at least what I've heard, that there were much less, like, development in UBC, and it was a lot of, like, it was empty. But now it has become very, like, even buses are, like, so packed and full, everything going to UBC. So I observed that it was now it has become super super, which is also, like, a beneficial for everybody. But at the same time, it can be challenging as well in terms of looking for houses, in terms of looking for jobs.
Yeah.
So it was that
Now
that
that now that you mention it, the job part, are you currently working somewhere, like part timing while you're studying?
So I used to work in a company called Blanca. It's a skincare
Okay.
brand, and I used to work there as an operations and logistics analyst. um,
Okay.
and which is basically my major, and it was a
Yeah,
co-op
your major.
program. So I got into the company for 4 months, and then they extended. my terms for a full year, and I was enjoying the
Okay.
work too because I was exposed to like real time industry and real time challenges.
Yeah, you
So
were actually working what you studied, so it was really good.
exactly. And in fact, the CEO of the company was also graduated from Sordo School of Business, which is from UBC. So
Okay.
we had that in common, and we gelled on a lot of. We had a lot of in common, and she, started her business in 2020. So it was a startup, a local Vancouver startup. So I was really excited to get into startup specifically, just because like usually because you're in a small team environment, people notice you more, and you're subjected to a lot of different tasks at the same time, and it's
Yeah.
not limited to your
Yeah.
role. Bigger firms, because you're not noticed and you're just specifically sitting at one desk doing a certain set of tasks. So
It's
it's
your time to be a protagonist. You gotta be a protagonist. You're gonna show up like, okay, this is what I gotta do. This is what I can do, and all the attention is to you. That also can be a little bit stressful, but if you do it right, you can get a lot of connections and you can get a lot of like experience and like good recommendations. You know.
yeah, exactly. Like when I left the company, I immediately asked for an LOR from the CEO. But she was super sweet. In fact, she was like, the company is always open to you, because we have always liked the style of work and the commitment and the hard work that you've put in. And so you're always welcome to come back. Or if you want to go to another company, then I'm happy to recommend you anything. And if you want to start your own business, then I'm happy to invest in it. So I thought like,
Imagine, that's amazing. That's amazing.
that was the biggest gift to me. So that kind of changed the whole game, and I was like, it was this specific year of co-op work experience is most precious, which is why I recommend a lot of students who are watching this as well to get into a co-op program and get into like work experience before you graduate, so that you have that leverage of coming back from graduation, and you can just say that I've already experienced this and I've already set up my foot into the real world. So I'm planning to go back into the same company after my graduation if I don't find any other option or any bigger firm. But eventually I want to get into business. That's the plan, but let's see.
That's what I was gonna ask you, Ritvik. You stole the question. I was gonna ask you, like, well, you told me you graduated in right? In a month, you're done.
So I'm graduating officially in May. That's when my ceremony is.
Okay.
And our finals happen in April. So it's very close.
If nothing else comes up, you planning to come back to the same company, right?
Yeah,
In
exactly.
the
Currently, I'm
Okay.
applying for jobs, and I'm looking
Okay.
at like specifically supply chain companies who are dealing with transportation and marine transportation, specifically like understanding the ports and how exports and imports work. Because I'm very fascinated by that industry, and how you don't need any product invention. You just need to understand how things are being, taken from one point A to point B
Yeah.
smoothly. So that's what my plan is, to understand that and probably go into a boot camp training for exports as well. But so far, yeah, just so that I can meet my basic needs, I want to have like a stable job, and on top of that, I can start exploring my interests and where
On
I
the
want to.
side, yeah, on the side, start looking something that maybe you're passionate about. Maybe you
Exactly.
can, or maybe you can innovate. How to say it? When you start your own business, maybe
Yep.
you can start your own branch. Why not?
Exactly.
And Ritvik, talking a little bit about, because you mentioned about the friends and how hard it was at the beginning. How is it now? Was it did it take you a lot of time? What were the techniques that you use, or what were the things that you end up doing so you can like be part of, or maybe you initiated yourself like a group of friends, maybe from the same city that you were born. How
Mhm.
did that work?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, and a lot of people struggle with that. But it certainly took time, and that's completely fine for anyone who's watching this, specifically students. It's hard to really, suddenly get, specifically if you're a person who has like a shy nature and who's not very comfortable to just open suddenly. Uh, but I think what worked for me is like I've seen that the more I was trying to get into the community to serve the community, in the sense either through clubs or through any activities or through any leadership programs, the more I got exposed to connections. So my first step was like, getting into a club. That's when I got immediately contacted with like hundreds of students, and getting into this club. Also, we'll have a more deeper conversation on this club later, but um, you just get immediately as much as get out of that comfort zone of okay, because right now, like, your family is away, and you've landed now, in a random country, in a random city, and living with random people. So if you just convince yourself for a moment that there is nothing more to worry now, and I just have to keep heading, there's no way back. I just have to keep pushing my boundaries, keep uh, leading, or like trying to take in moments where I can come in and explore my own interests. So the time there was, I suddenly saw up a post when I came to Vancouver, and I was like, I saw this post called, do you want to be an orientation leader? So I just immediately signed up for it. I just sent a shot a video and sent them, and I immediately got in as well. So, um, and I had no idea. I'd not even explored the campus because I just came to Vancouver because it was COVID that time. I landed in 2021, um, and I had no idea about like the campus. And I was like, I'm going to lead people, new students, telling them
Yeah.
about how campus is without like me even knowing what's where.
Yeah, knowing like perfectly. Yeah, yeah. But it was
So
amazing, honestly. Like, it was like really good that you took the courage to like actually do it, and that helped you. I can imagine, right? That helped you to like meet a lot of new people, make new friends, right?
exactly, that's when it's all started, and I just never left that habit of participating into things. I was also very keen. I was very interested in dancing as well. So I
Oh,
immediately
really?
got in contact with a dance club, and I got exposed like to a competitive dance team. So I got a professional training in that team. Got a chance to even go to competitions representing UBC. So one little step can take you so much. It can expose you to so many like
It can
experiences.
open you so many doors. It can open so many doors.
Exactly. It just opens your untapped potential, and yeah, a lot of doors that can welcome a lot of new people.
But
That
like
is
how you said at the beginning, you gotta take a step and be out of your comfort zone. If you never
exactly
do that, you're never gonna know what's out behind the door. You
exactly
gotta talk to people, you gotta meet people, you gotta be confident, you gotta, yeah. That's an amazing advice, and I'm glad that it worked for you, and that's really good. Now, Ritvik, I want to ask you a little bit about your food, like your culture and your traditions. How hard has it been for you, or like how easy has it been for you continuing your traditions since you moved here? Do you have any special dates? Do you have any special like festivities that you have and that you currently continue here in Vancouver?
right. Something that India really is rich in is its cultural heritage, and the amount of festivals and the amount of like wisdom and the amount of richness of diversity we have. I think it's rare to find that, and um, which is why, like, when we come to a total different country with different background, it's a little hard. Which is why we try to basically bring that environment of India through clubs, and which is why I thought that I should really join and eventually lead clubs, so that I can, um, you know, take this opportunity to organize events, and within it, I'm also enjoying those events. So obviously, all around the year, we have festivals of all kinds in every month. Like in January, it all started with this movement of the sun. How right now, because the winter solstice has ended, so
Yeah.
the sun starts changing its position towards north. So we have like, we appreciate that, and we see that we're moving away from darkness to light. because there's going to be more warmer days and more light, more sunlight.
Yeah.
So we celebrate that with bonfires. We celebrate that with making special traditional feast, and offering it to the needy people. Or we celebrate that with like performances, like musical performances and dance performances and art and literature. So
If
there is
you if you had to if sorry if you had to choose three, if you could mention the three most important ones, which ones would they be?
festivals.
Yeah. Or like festivities.
Right. So I mean, it's all very personal to every person, if, even from my country. But so the top three would be, I think one would be definitely this festival called Mahashivratri, which is
Okay.
the night where the energy surges, and totally very very optimum for meditation, or if you want to really get into yoga. And it's the night when we celebrate this deity called Lord Shiva. So it's a night fully dedicated to this deity, where we basically sit, in deeper meditations, inclining and together and celebrating and dancing and singing, and putting in, bringing in a lot of positivity, so we can spread more peace into the world. So it's a night full of celebration. The second one would be
Okay.
Diwali. Diwali is a bigger one, like the festival of
Oh,
lights.
I know now one by name. I never like experienced it, but I know now one by name. It's pretty popular.
It has a big hype,
Yeah.
and in fact, not just our club, but so many clubs on campus celebrate that festival, adding their different touches. But within India, there is so much. It's celebrated in different diversities. So, we have like different stalls, of diya paintings, and of rangoli makings, of decoration, and of, again, bringing people together is the major motive of, so that we can tackle like mental health issues or loneliness. And there's nothing left like depression in the world. So it's
Okay.
all about, celebrating and coming together, uniting together. That's the intention of most of the festivals for us.
I see.
And the last festival would be Raksha Bandhan, which is specifically, it used to happen in earlier days, when uh, the brothers used to go for wars. So the sisters used to tie them these sacred threads around their wrist, so that
Okay.
act as a protection. And because the elder brothers are giving up their life and sacrificing, and protecting the nation and the boundaries, and uh, so as a sister they used to act, giving them the sacred thread, so that from their side they can give them protection. So it was like a mutual give and take, and we still celebrate this, appreciating and going to first line, like, the workers, and who are really selflessly working out in, whether you call it through campus security or hospitals or police departments. So we reach out to everyone, even the UBC, the president, whoever is basically working for us and with us, for our own benefit and growth, just appreciating what they're doing. So it's coming together
That's
again.
just that's a really nice. Like what I can see from all of them is that you guys are bring a lot of like getting together, positivity, like good vibes. Like everything is that's so nice. That's so nice festivities. And now that you mention it a lot, Ritvik, can you talk a little bit about the student club that you're currently in, that
Yeah,
you're
so
part of it right now?
this club is called Hindu Yuva,
Okay.
and where Yuva is basically, stands, it's an acronym which stands for Youth for Unity, Virtues, and Actions.
Okay.
So obviously, this club had started in, like, this is a big organization which was started in 2006.
I'm sold.
Yeah,
Sold.
exactly,
It's
and
been for a long time.
it's spread over all over North America with more than
Okay.
80 chapters in different universities.
Wow.
And specifically, our chapter in UBC was started in 2019. It was constituted in 2019, and I came in 2020. So just an year after it started,
So
and
you're like a founder. You're like a founder too of the one in UBC.
not a founder, but very close to people that have founded, the club. But yeah,
Okay.
there almost from the start of the club, and I've seen a lot, like being with the club throughout my degree. So,
Yeah.
given a lot of time to it because I think I really believe in its vision of just uniting people, bringing them together, tackling like loneliness, and
Yeah.
just spreading out the core values and just heading life with a sense of integrity. That's the core foundation of the club, and which is why we wanted, we see people, we see clubs like partying a lot, which
Yeah.
is great, which is good to have, but we also thought like we shouldn't lose our sense of cultural touch. We balance that, having those cultural values and spreading, having that aspect as well, and also having the fun aspect. So you are also giving knowledge about why and what is it happening, and also celebrating it. So that was the intention, and I started as a committee member, like a marketing committee member, and then
Okay.
slowly moved my way upward, and today I'm the one who's leading the club as the president. Very
Oh,
grateful.
amazing.
And even last year I was leading the club, and uh, have celebrated a lot of events. We have a social media page as well, called
For
hinduyuva.ubc,
sure.
and
You can mention it. What is the name? Sorry.
so it's called Hindu Yuva at UBC. And
Okay.
most of the stuff is posted there. In fact, we have an event
Okay.
coming up, which is on 31st January. It's a
Oh,
night of,
7 days.
exactly, it's a night of hymns, where we are calling
Oh,
a specific, like a music band, and they're performing. And it's a very interactive performance, like
okay.
a very, we're singing together, like it's like
Okay.
devotional hymns, and
Okay.
it's going to be fully like with dinner, everything. We're marketing and everything, like celebrating that. It's one of our flagship events, so it's once a year, and I don't want, if people
Okay.
are, yeah, people should definitely experience it. It's a
This is
whole,
special.
yeah, it's total night of positivity.
And question, Ritvik, sorry. And is there any like requirements to be part of the student club? What are like the main requirements to
So,
be?
anyone can be the member of the club. Anyone can come to the events. But if you would like to be part of the executive team, which
Okay.
organizes this event, you need to be
Okay.
part of UBC. Once you put in your application, if you're in a UBC, then you will be, I will be the one, or the marketing, my marketing representative will be the one reaching out to you, and we will have like a short conversation just like this. It's not a very formal interview, but just getting to know about like the person and about how it interests him to
Why
be in
you
the,
wanna? Yeah. Why you wanna be part of the club? Yeah.
exactly, and what motivates
That's
you.
really
And so but then it's pretty easy, and I think if you
pretty
have
easy.
that passion of really just celebrating the culture, and also the passion to serve the community and add more, like make the community more vibrant, you're always welcome. Yeah, that's the intention of the club, like.
That's amazing, Ritvik. That's really good. So it's really good that people can sign up and be part of this important student club, so they can actually meet another people. They can meet friends. They can also make connections, and it's really good how this type of clubs exists nowadays, and it
Mhm.
makes like for students way easier the this like maybe for some of them uncomfortable process of like I'm introvert, how do I know people, I'm new in the
Yes,
city. So that's really
exactly.
good. I'm really happy that you guys are making this like club and maintaining it so like together and so like positive and so like consistent with the festivities and the events and everything. That's amazing. And now, Riddick, sorry to like wrap it up because we already passed a lot of time, but it's fine. I have a question for you. Do you have an in mind any like ideal guest that might be like our guest, our sorry, our next guest maybe? Someone in mind, maybe like a friend or
Yeah, so there is one of my friends who has been part of the club, and I think he would also have a great deal to share about his story. He's one of the founders of the club, in fact. So you would have
amazing.
like more stories, and he's from a medical background. So his name is Sarthak. I can pass you on his
Yeah, you can
details.
pass it on private. Yeah, for sure. And well, Ritvik, it has been an amazing time. I really enjoyed this conversation. I'm gonna leave you the open mic if you want to add up something the people that are listening to us right now.
Mhm.
Would you like
So
to add something else?
yeah, I would just say, just to conclude it off, like obviously there is, these, when I've been very fond of reading books, and um, I've when I was always reading books, I used to pick up some really inspirational lines, and I just used to like write them up so that I can, whenever I'm like low on motivation, I just go back and read them up. So a couple of them that I listed, that I wanted to share today. Um, One is that, there's this quote which says, if like you don't realize how strong you are, unless being strong is the only option. And this is something that I want to share as, because every student in somehow they have like this mental block within themselves, and the only thing that stops you is yourself.
Yourself.
So the more you are happy with mediocrity and the status quo, the more you will find it, like the more you will suffer inside, the more there'll be the inner voice that wants to come out of that uncomfortable zone. So don't let yourself be into that four corner room, and be in that zone, where you don't get any exposure at all. Just get out, or step out of that comfort zone, and you see, the world entirely changes when you take one step. uh, so I think that's something that I wanted to share. um, and yeah,
That's
like,
really nice.
there's this another quote, like, which says that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, which is something
I heard
really,
that one.
yeah,
I
which
heard
is
that one. That
something,
one's good.
yeah, because if you have any desire, if you want to achieve anything, nothing can stop you. Really, if you put in that sincerity into it, just go out there, like, love people and be compassionate, be kind, and you'll see, like, you'll.
Good things are gonna show up. Good things eventually are gonna. If you're good with the world's gonna be good to you. So you gotta be always positive, head up, and keep going. Those are really nice and inspirational quotes. Honestly, that was really good. Thank you for your time, and this has been wonderful. We're for sure gonna keep in touch, and I wish you the most of the success for these events, like following events coming up. I
Thank
know
you.
they're gonna be a bomb. That they're gonna be really good, and nothing else.
Yeah.
Vancouver Student Network podcast. Stay tuned for more stories. See you next time.